Hi guys, you're watching Gregorio Girls Makeup. If you're new, my name's Shauna and I run this channel with my sister Devin. Today I have just a super simple, easy, glam fall look for you. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video and follow Devin and I both on Instagram. I'm at Shauna Greggs and Devin is at DevDevGreggs. And let's get right into this tutorial. Alright, so starting off for primer, I'm going to use the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. It's the hydrating and pore minimizing one, and this is oil free. I've only used this like a few times and I haven't decided how much I like it or not. So, gotta test it out. Ooh, getting that in my hair. Gotta test it out a little bit more before I reach any type of verdict. So for foundation, I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. This is quickly becoming my favorite foundation currently. And I am in the shade 220 Natural Beige. So I'm just taking a few pumps on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to mix it with just a foundation brush. And do what I normally do and just kind of paint some stripes on my face. And then go in with my beauty blender and I'll blend it all out. And I forgot to show this, but I actually do like to spray my beauty blender with a little bit of setting spray. I'm using the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. Since this is more of a matte finish, let's just make sure my foundation isn't too matte on me. I don't want it to dry me out or anything. Next, for concealer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I have heard nothing but good things about this, so I'm definitely excited to try it out. And I'm in the shade Almond. I think this is pretty full coverage, so I don't want to put too much. I feel like it's kind of like Shape Tape, where if you put too much on, you're kind of blending it out for days. So next I want to do some cream contouring, so I'm going to use the Wet n Wild contour sticks. I'm in the shade Oaks on You and Where's Walnut. And I've said this in a video before, but I like to use two shades just because I'm annoying. You can totally do this with just one, but I like to take the darker shade, which is Where's Walnut, and kind of put that in the hollows of my cheeks just to get that nice dark contour shadow. And then I typically go in with Oaks on You around my forehead. Kind of just scribble a little line right on there, and I kind of aim for like the top of my ear. And then I go in with my beauty blender and just pat it out. And I do use two different beauty blenders from my foundation to my cream contour, so this is a different one than the one that I used for my foundation. Just so you don't mix things and things don't get too muddy. And since I have a bit of a rounder face shape, when I take my Oaks on You contour stick and do my forehead, I'm actually going to take it on my temples as well, and right down here where my temples kind of like meet my cheekbone, and that's going to kind of draw in my face and create more of a slimmer effect. If you already have a slim face, you probably don't need to do this. You can probably just get away with doing your forehead and your cheekbones. But if you do have a rounder face shape, this is just a little trick to help you create that more slim, elongated face shape. So I just kind of bring it up. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of Oaks on You on my Luxie 131 mini angled brush. This is just my favorite like nose contour brush. So I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm not going to do like a super snatched nose contour, but I'm just going to shadow the sides of my nose just a little bit, just so we create kind of like that thin nose effect. But I want it to be like nice and subtle. Nothing too harsh. So I really just kind of like tap my brush on the end so I don't get too much. Also, sorry about my awful fake tan job. I didn't do so well this time around, so excuse that. Anyway, and then I just kind of come over to my nose, kind of just do that little slope, and then I'll kind of blend it out this way. And then next, taking my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder, I'm just gonna set my whole face with this. Whoa, girl. I'm not going to go in with any extra bronzer because I feel like I have the pigment that I want, so I'm just going to set it all with my face powder. Alright, so next I'm going to do my brows. They're actually horrendous right now, so I'm sorry if you can see that. I can never tell how bad my eyebrows actually are until I'm sitting right in front of my ring light when I'm filming. But there is literally dark hair growing like all the way down here. My eyebrows grow like weeds, so if you have the same problem, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, and you can feel my pain, so please bear with me while my eyebrows are just taking over my whole face. But anyway, I'm gonna start off with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I'm in the shade Ash Brown. I really like this pencil. If you guys are looking for a cheaper dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, this is a good one. I feel like this pencil is just kind of the right mix between like creamy and waxy. If it's too creamy, then the product's gonna just kind of slide all around and smear really easily, but if it's too waxy, I feel like the product never really shows up. So this is kind of like that perfect combination, and I just kind of use it to map out the bottom line of my eyebrows. And what I do on one side, I immediately do on the other side. Just a little psychology for you. Your brain just kind of remembers the stroke, so it's easier for you to get a more even brow. You kind of do one side first and then immediately the same thing on the other side. And then taking an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, I don't even know what number this is because it's all rubbed off. I'm gonna dip into some Dip Brow. I'm in the shade Dark Brown. And I kind of just like run it right through the thickest part of my brow and then kind of bring it down to the tail. And then I just like to set them with some Benefit Gimme Brow. This is in the shade 3. I'm typically in Benefit products the shade 4. I just like to go a little bit lighter because I don't want my brows to be too dark. So I feel like I kind of go true to color with my pomade and my pencil, and then I feel like this kind of evens it out a little bit. Alright, so next I'm going to take that Flower Beauty setting spray and spray my face and then apply my highlighter right before that dries. This is like a very fine mist, and sometimes I don't know if I like it or if I don't. Like, it feels like sometimes I'm like, okay, are you getting on my face? So if you have tried either of the Flower Beauty, I think they have a matte one as well, setting sprays, let me know how you like it. And like I said, before that totally dries, I'm going to go in with my Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Highlight in the shade Wisp. I just talked about this in my September recommendations video, I believe. Now I do like a good nose highlight, so I'm just going to go in with a thinner brush. This is the Sigma E47, and just go right down my nose, right down that little ski slope, and then I do like a little bit right on the point. And next for a blush, I'm going to go in with the Milani blush. This is in the shade Blossomtime Rose. I think Milani's just like an all-around good drugstore brand. Like, they make a lot of good stuff. And then this next step is super extra. You really don't have to do it, but I'm going to take a sheer blush topper. This is actually, I think, an actual blush by Pixi. This is the Pixi by Petra Beauty Blush Duo in Peach Honey. I use it as a blush topper just because it's like pretty sheer, but I think it's really pretty. So I kind of just like to sweep it over my blush just to give me a little bit more illumination. I don't know if you could even see it on camera, but I can see it in person and I like it. Alright, so this eye look is going to be super duper easy. I just want this to be like a nice, soft, like classy looking fall look. But I'm going to prime my eyes first with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I normally like to take that on a concealer brush, but I can't find it. That wasn't that nice. Oh, here it is. Alright, so we're going to take that on a concealer brush, and I'm just going to press that all over my lid. And this is really nice because it really does cancel out like any color. Like if you have a lot of veins that show, it really cancels it out. And then I'm just setting that with more of that Too Faced powder. And then we took a poll on Instagram a while back asking you guys if you would want to see tutorials with throwback palettes, so you kind of just want to stop buying all the new things and be able to dust off old stuff and be able to just make some new stuff with it since you spent all that money on it anyway. So today we're really throwing it back, and I'm going to be using the Naked 2 palette. Yes, the Naked 2. So it's more of like a cool toned color story, so I was really excited to kind of play with more cool tones since I feel like myself, along with the majority of everybody else, doesn't really do too many cool tone looks. So we're just going to do something kind of pretty and simple, because in this palette, the one thing that I don't like is this is pretty much the only transition shade, and then everything else is a shimmer or like a setting shade or a dark black shade. Getting started, you guessed it, for our transition, we're going to be using this shade right, we're going to be using this shade right here, which is called Tease. I'm going to take that on my Morphe M518 brush and like really, really lightly dust that through my crease. I really want this eyeshadow just to be super light and like very minimal. This brush is actually a little too dense for what I'm trying to do. I need something that's a little bit more fluffy, but all my blending brushes are dirty. I just washed them. And I feel like to do one simple look, I need 42 blending brushes. It's a little ridiculous. And yes, that's exactly 42, no more, no less. Just kidding. But I am really excessive with how many blending brushes I have and how many I tend to use when I'm doing my makeup. And then next, I'm just gonna dip my finger into this shade right here, which is called Suspect. And then I think I'm gonna spray it with some setting spray just to make it a little bit more metallic, and press that all over my lid. Okay, that made it a little runny. So I'm gonna go in with a dry finger and just press a little bit more. And I just want like a really like minimal sheen to my lid. So like kind of like, ooh, are you wearing makeup? Are you not? Are you wearing eyeshadow? Are you not? But like you definitely are, because it's shimmery. But it's just so minimal and kind of looks like effortless. Effortlessly pretty. Alright, so actually I'm just going to grab a small eyeshadow brush. This is just one from an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And go back into that shade Suspect. And try it and pack it on a little bit more. I need it a little bit more intense than what I have now. And then I just kind of flip that brush around and blend through my crease lightly. And then just to lighten it up and make it a little bit more shimmery, I did dip a clean finger into the shade Verve and just put that kind of on the center of my lid. And I actually don't think I want anything on the bottom lash line. I think I want to keep that bare, which is different because I normally smoke the shit out of that. And then I am going to take just a little bit more of Verve and put that right on the inner corner of my eye. Alright, so I am going to curl my lashes and then put on some mascara. And we are going to do lashes today. I want to do some like nice, light, wispy, fluttery lashes. Again, just to keep this look like really nice and clean and classy. And for lashes today, you guessed it, we're going to be using my favorite, the Kiss number 11 lashes. I'm going to do a little lower lash mascara. And to finish this look off with lips, I'm going to take the Colourpop Lippy Stick in the shade Le Freak. This is their Matte X formula. Alright guys, and that is it for this look. I hope it was relatively easy for you. I know I say that after every tutorial, but I really want to try and create looks that are super glamorous and super pretty, but are also really easy to follow and that everybody can kind of achieve. Really, the purpose behind mine and Devin's channel is just to kind of empower other people to be able to do their makeup and not have to rely on too many makeup artists or anything like that. Like really break it down and have it be easy enough to follow so that you kind of know what you're doing and you can do your own makeup looks for any event that you ever have to go to in your life. So again, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and follow us on Instagram. I'm at Shauna Greggs and Devin is at DevDevGreggs. If you do like this throwback palette type of tutorial, feel free to shoot either Devin or I a DM or leave us a comment down below with a palette that you would like to see be featured in one of our tutorials. And again, thank you so much, and we will see you in our next video.